The Evans Law Group, providing a full spectrum of family law services.
Jimmy is an excellent attorney. Jimmy is an innovative attorney. Jimmy is somebody who understands you as a human being. Jimmy is who understands your positive and negative aspect of your case and your life. Jimmy who can see far enough and drive you on the path where you can get most of the successes. After hiring Jimmy, I never had to question myself. I felt very confident from day one that I have got the right attorney, because the way he communicated, the way I saw his knowledge about the legal issues and his credential, and the way he presented, the way he asked me questions, it always, and the way he suggested, he just didn't represent me in the courtroom, but he suggested me on a lot of other aspects of the life, that how we can make the things better. So I never had any doubt that I hired Jimmy for the good cause. The difference between Jimmy and any other attorney who represented me, the biggest difference was Jimmy always came more prepared. Jimmy always had more knowledge. Jimmy had more experience, and Jimmy exactly knew what to talk about. He was to the point, and the way he talked in the courtroom, the way he represented, it was almost like a sharp nail, very sharp words, very sharp thoughts, and he made everybody just understood that what he's talking about, and the clarity of his presentation was awesome. When I went to court first time with Jimmy, my feeling was that I'm sitting with my brother. That's how I felt. I felt like somebody who is there to help me, somebody who understands me, somebody who really knows what he's doing, and somebody he knew that what can be done and what cannot be done. When I was in the witness box and when Jimmy was questioning me, he was well prepared. He exactly knew what he was asking. He exactly knew that what questions can help me win the case. He exactly knew that how a question can be delivered in such a way that I can understand it very easily and answer it very easily, and judges can understand it very easily. I remember that Jimmy will prepare from very early in the morning, 5 a.m., and sometimes we used to have communication very early morning, and I was amazed the amount of preparation which Jimmy did. The communication between me and Jimmy was very friendly. In fact, I remember that whenever I felt stressed, Jimmy used to call me after the court hearing, and he will, it will be just a friendly call. He will say that, Rakesh, this call is not charged. I'm just calling you as a friend. Jimmy always knew that how he can win the case for me. There were few things which I was not doing right, and Jimmy really told me that I have to fix those issues. So there was one issue was between me and the children's counselor, where we were not going on a very good term. And Jimmy said it very clearly that if you want to win this case, you have to win the heart of the counselor. While working with Jimmy, I understood how to be a better dad, and Jimmy coached me very well. It's not that he just represented me in the court, but he also helped me become a better parent, and he basically guided me that what all I can do to help my kids. And I took those opinions, those suggestions, and now I am enjoying great relationship with my daughter. If you are an Indian man, do find out that somebody has represented Indian men in past and has successfully won a lot of part of the cases. In my opinion, billing from Jimmy was very reasonable. Uh, in fact, when I was running out of money, Jimmy worked out a plan with me and that's something which I haven't heard any other attorney doing. So I'm not sure if it is good or bad for Jimmy, but that shows his human nature. So that was amazing the way he helped me. Apart from the legal representation which he did for me, I was also impressed by his own family values. He is happily married, he has 2 kids, and the way he always enjoys the time with his kids on the off days. I was aware of all these qualities which he has. The way he dealt with the whole case, it sounded like he has a passion to win for me. He has a passion to bring the reality to the court. He is an innovative person. He thinks outside the box. It's not that he will just go by what is written in the law book, but he thinks outside that how he can find an innovative way to represent the client in the courtroom. That was the biggest difference I saw in Jimmy and any other attorney I would have worked with. Jimmy planted the seed, and he basically gave me a great insight into my own personality. Sometimes I felt like he can be a successful counselor as well. Jimmy helped me and educated me to smoothen my edges, okay, to do some retrospective, to understand myself better. That's the biggest advantage I had with Jimmy, that I came to know who I am and how I can fix all those little issues here and there which I had, which can work in my favor in my personal relation, in my relation with my kids, at work. I'm a completely changed man since I walked into Jimmy's office door.
When life's path takes an unplanned turn, call the Evans Law Group for a consultation at 512-628-2550. The Evans Law Group, providing a full spectrum of family law services.